Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky arrived in South Africa to protest on his inaugural trip to a country that once appeared to not take sides in the Russia-Ukraine war. The Ukrainian leader traveled for bilateral talks with President Cyril Ramaphosa on 24th April. Members of left-wing parties like uMkhonto, weSizwe and economic freedom fighters protested outside the meeting venue.
We reject the presence of this puppet called Zelensky in our country, who has been used as an extension of NATO neoliberal imperialist agendas, and we're saying we can't allow that in our country, not in our name.
Ramaphosa's invitation of Zelensky is widely seen as part of a shift in the country's foreign policy. At the start of the war between Moscow and Kiev in 2022, South Africa said it was maintaining a long-standing non-aligned stance, refusing to yield to Western demands for a pro-Ukraine position. This led to some Western politicians calling for sanctions against South Africa as punishment for its alleged support of Russia, straining ties between the African country and the West. However, the tide began to change in early 2025. Then, this past February, South Africa voted in favor of a UN resolution accusing Moscow of violating Ukraine's territorial integrity. Previously, the country had abstained from a resolution condemning its fellow BRICS member and long-term ally. However, the South African government insists that it has not changed its non-aligned position.
The engagement between President Ramaphosa and President Putin reflect the fact that there is a role of bridge that South Africa can play in this matter to help the diplomatic process that is going towards peaceful negotiations.